People talk many things. I mean, if you're ready to hear, you'll be hearing many things. People keep on talking. It can be either positive or it can be negative. Keep all those things aside. But what's more important here is, are you talking to yourself? Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your conscience. And let that do all the talking. And you will know where and what exactly you're proceeding with and how exactly you're going to excel in your own chosen field. Hi, how are you doing? So in this video, I'll be focusing on few important aspects pertaining to your preparation. And I really hope that this video is useful. So first of all, I'll be discussing about one important topic which you might be quite familiar with. In fact, you'll be coming across this on day-to-day basis. I'll put that on board, and in the meantime, you can guess what it is. Reasons with a question mark. See, you might be doing internship, or you might be a homemaker, or you might have your own clinic, or you might be working elsewhere as a clinician. I'm sure all of you have several responsibilities. All of us have several responsibilities, and we have several reasons as to why we are doing certain things, as to why we're not able to do certain things, isn't it? But when it comes to preparation in specific, I hear most of the aspirants saying, or at least during the process of my interaction, I hear some aspirants saying that we're not able to do this particular task because of one specific reason, or we're not able to fulfill the given objective because of another specific reason, or we're not able to complete the given task because of several responsibilities. As I said, we all have reasons. We all have reasons as to why we are doing certain things. We all have reasons as to why we are not able to do certain things. I completely understand that. But what does really matter at the end of the day? Reasons or results? Remember, if you have some reasons as to why you're not able to do certain things which you're supposed to do now, it doesn't really matter for others. It doesn't really matter for me. And most importantly, it even doesn't matter to you. Because as I said, what matters at the end of the day is the result, but not the reason. Reasons never matter. Now, after analyzing this brutal fact, after coming to some terms with this harsh reality that in spite of numerous responsibilities we have, we ought to do certain things because we want to achieve what we want to, isn't it? So the harsh reality is, reasons never matter. I mean, people might say or might act sympathetic towards your given situation, but really reasons never matter. It's only the results. Now coming to the next important topic which I wanted to discuss. Many of you do keep asking me, like, give us some tips on how to prepare, how to crack entrance, how to do good, how to come successful. So what is this tip all about, or what are these tips all about? First of all, no matter what kind of tip or suggestion I give from my side, always keep in mind that there are three important factors which play a key role in determining your success. As I keep on repeating and reminding you, it's all about hard work, it's all about consistency, and most importantly, it is self-belief, the belief that you can achieve. So if you keep these three aspects in mind, there is no turning back, and the world is all yours. And it's not easy to fulfill these objectives. Working hard is not easy. Working consistently is never easy. And believing in yourself, I mean, it really needs a lot of strength in order to fulfill these three objectives. So just keep these three things in mind, and as I keep on saying, hard work, consistency, plus self-belief. And you know what? The world is all yours. The reason why I keep on insisting and reminding these three factors is, no matter what kind of suggestion or tips I give you, It's going to fulfill your objective only when you are ready to implement these three factors. Working hard is not just sufficient. You should be able to work consistently. And most importantly, no matter how much you work hard, no matter how much consistent you are, if you do not believe in yourself, it's going to be a disaster, right? So work hard, work consistently, and believe in yourself. Self-belief is also the key. Now let's move on to the next important aspect, that is how to get going. I mean, you have these things in mind, but how do you actually get going? The first and foremost, my personal favorite, imagination. We'll get back to that. The second one, focus on what you are doing now. And the third factor, question yourself. How do you get going? I mean, you have that sense of enthusiasm in you. You know that you should be able to fulfill your objectives by implementing these factors, but how do you actually get going on ground level? Imagination is something which we are all blessed with. I mean, when we have the potential to imagine what's negative, we even have the potential to imagine what's positive. So why can't you imagine as if you were the topper in the coming entrance exam? I mean, you're not going to lose anything if you just imagine. So imagination is free, imagination is very powerful. And as I said, we are blessed with this imagination. And I personally used to follow this. During my preparation, I used to imagine as if I were the topper in the coming entrance exam. You know what? The kind of feeling it gives. I mean, just imagine right now how you would feel. How would your parents feel? How would your friends feel? How would society around you feel? I mean, when you have such a powerful tool, why don't you use it now and then? Imagination is something which helps you to keep going, especially at times of demotivation, especially at times when you feel low. So imagine what's necessary. And the second thing which I would highlight is focus on now. And when I was actually thinking about this topic, I had this particular phrase in mind. When I say focus on now, focus on what you're doing now. It can be MCQs practice, it can be watching videos, it can be attending a test or whatever it is. Focus on the present moment. And as I said, when I was actually thinking of it for discussing in this particular video, I had this point in mind. 1 point learned equates to 1 point scored. In the entrance perspective, just imagine you learned 1 point at least in this particular discussion. For suppose 1 point learned is nothing but 1 point scored, because who knows if that very same point might come in exam, who knows? So 1 point learned is always equal to 1 point scored. This kind of orientation gives you seriousness in what you're exactly doing, and that helps you to focus on the present moment. It can be either attending discussions or going through videos or giving assignments, or no matter what kind of task related to entrance preparation you're doing. You have this in your mind, 1 point learned is equal to 1 point scored. You'll definitely focus on the present moment. Because who really knows? I mean, you're going through a particular lecture. You have come across some point. Let's assume that you have learned at least 1 point in that entire session. The very same point can come on the day of exam. Who knows? 1 point learned is equal to 1 point scored. And the next important factor is how to keep going is by questioning yourself, questioning your motives. Whenever you feel low, whenever you feel demotivated, just question yourself why you're doing all of this. In spite of having numerous reasons as to why you shouldn't, in spite of having numerous responsibilities, in spite of having numerous challenges, why did you choose to go for entrance? Why are you preparing for entrance? Why do you want to do masters? How would you like to see in the next 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years from now? Question yourself why. That's a powerful motivator which you can have along with the rest of the factors, and that will help you to keep going, to get going. And before I conclude, people talk many things. I mean, if you're ready to hear, you'll be hearing many things. People keep on talking. It can be either positive or it can be negative. Keep all those things aside. But what's more important here is, are you talking to yourself? Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your conscience. And let that do all the talking. And you will know where and what exactly you're proceeding with. And how exactly you're going to excel in your own chosen field. Right? And let's not just hope for good things to happen. Let's make good things happen. So I wish you all the best and love you all.